Welcome to Sports Guy Talking. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am joined by guest Cincere Koonce today to talk about the AFC Championship game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bengals are getting red hot again in the NFL playoffs while the Chiefs are in the AFC Championship game for the fifth straight season. These two teams have the two best quarterbacks in the NFL, as the winner of this game will end up advancing to Super Bowl 57. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. Who should feel more confident, Bengals or Chiefs?
All right, so I think the Bengals are going to possibly feel more confident because we have the healthier roster, we won 10 straight games, and we conquered all odds. So with that being said, we've beaten pretty much each top team in AFC. So who's left is Kansas, who we've beaten at least 3 times already. So out of any team, we should be confident.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Cincinnati Bengals should be the ones that are feeling very confident, and I think that it's not even close. I know that Patrick Mahomes fanboy is probably going to get butthurt over what we just said, but I got to say that the Cincinnati Bengals have got to be more confident because they're 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow has never lost to Patrick Mahomes, okay? And then you look at the fact that last year, when the Bengals were underdogs, what happened? The Bengals won in overtime because Patrick Mahomes made one more mistake than Joe Burrow did. I mean, this is what you could ask for everything in the game. You got the top 2 quarterbacks going up against each other, and the Cincinnati Bengals, they're red hot right now. They haven't lost a game in what it feels like it's been since forever. And you look at how Joe Burrow's been ascending to the top. They beat the Bills in the freaking snow. Who would have thought that? I know you picked the Cincinnati Bengals to win, but even you, as a Bengals fan, I bet you weren't even feeling that confident that the Cincinnati Bengals were going to beat the Buffalo Bills in that freezing snow right there. I mean, that snow just made it look too easy for Joe Burrow. He was slinging passes like it was nothing. I mean, the way Joe Burrow's been playing, he's looking like he's going to be the next Tom Brady in the making, because playoff Joe Burrow is just built different. Regular season Joe Burrow, he's pretty good, but postseason Joe Burrow, man, that's when he turns into Tom Brady. That's when he turns into Joe Montana. I mean, you're talking about some of the greats out there, and that's exactly what Joe Burrow has done. And you also look at the Bengals O-line. They're on their 3rd string offensive line at this point right now. And to see them rush for over 100 yards the way that they did, the way that they took over the Bills game, that's supposed to be the Bengals' weakness. And that turned to real strength. If the Bengals O-line can keep this up, this is probably not even going to be all that close. I don't expect it to, but if they can't, it's probably not going to be even that close, because with the offensive line that they do have, it's supposed to be a weakness, and if it's turning to a real strength, watch out, because this Bengals team is going to be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's just every time we play Kansas, we just figure them out offensively because that's just their specialty. And especially with them not having Tyreek now, and Patrick Mahomes can't possibly throw downfield as much as he used to. Yeah, we're gonna expose them defensively as much as we can.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. You look at what Patrick Mahomes himself is dealing with. By the way, he should win the NFL MVP. He's a fantastic quarterback. Right now, he's the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's playing with a sprained ankle. Guys, sprained ankles take about 4 to 6 weeks to heal up. I've had a sprained ankle myself. It's really hard to run or even necessarily walk. I mean, you can walk on it, but it's definitely not going to feel right. And Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing the next week, and you're going to tell me he's 100%. Now, look, when you injure the sprained ankle right away, you're not going to feel that. And I can say this from experience, because when I injured my sprained ankle playing football, I didn't feel the effects afterwards. I kept doing what I did. I didn't start feeling the effects till like about 24 hours later. And that's when you start feeling it. And that's when you feel like you really can't put on any pressure. And now you want him to go out there and take hits against a red-hot Bengals defense. I feel like this Bengals defense is extremely underrated. This Bengals defense has been stepping up as of late, and they held the Buffalo Bills to 10 points. You heard me correctly, 10 points. And this Bengals team, they've always owned Patrick Mahomes. I don't expect that to look any different whatsoever.
Yeah, and Bills were the favorites to go to the Super Bowl this year, but we eliminated their chances. So now we go through our AFC Championship rivalry, and then we go straight to the Super Bowl. That's how I see it. I'm as confident now than I was before.
I absolutely agree with you. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, what's your confidence level with the Bengals?
10.
10? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to say it should be about 100 out of 10. If you're the Bengals, you should absolutely feel cocky. You got to be really confident in yourselves. I'm going to say, you know what? We can beat this Kansas City Chiefs team. Why should this Bengals team be scared of the Chiefs? I don't care if the game's at Kansas City. I don't care where the game is at. This team is 3-0 when they play against Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because Jamar Chase has basically gone off in each of those matchups, and even if he didn't go off, that's going to open up opportunities for Tyler Boyd. That's going to open up opportunities for T. Higgins. That's going to open up opportunities in the run game for Joe Mixon. There's no way you can stop all those weapons for the Cincinnati Bengals if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. And then you look at what the Kansas City Chiefs have offensively. You got Patrick Mahomes, yes, but he's playing on a sprained ankle, so he's probably not going to be running around to his left and throwing across his body, at least not on the regular. Then you look at Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end in the NFL, obviously. But then outside of Travis Kelce, what superstar receiver do they really have? They don't really have a lot of stars. They have a lot of decent players, but they're not game changers. The Cincinnati Bengals, they got game changers. And don't sleep on the Logan Wilson guy. Logan Wilson is an outstanding linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to make high impact in this game. I think the Cincinnati Bengals, this is really their game to lose. The only way I see the Cincinnati Bengals losing is if they turn over the football a lot and they don't play their best football. If they do what they're supposed to do, they're going to take care of business. I don't care if this game's at Kansas City. This Bengals team can beat anyone, anywhere, any place, anytime. And I really believe in this Bengals team. They should not have been able to beat the Bills by 17 the way that they did, but that's exactly what they did. And at this point, we got to stop doubting the Bengals. The Bengals, they know how to play playoff football, and they're a special group of players in there. Zach Taylor, he's a fantastic coach. He's been getting better and better. He's been doing a much better job coaching this team as of late, and you got to give him tremendous credit.
Yeah, and I like Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end right now in football. But I've never seen any teams pressure him as much as the Bengals have, because that play where like Kelce cast the ball, and I forgot who cornerback it was, but he snatched the ball out of his hands. You've never seen a quarterback just like play man to man with him before. It's just a dogfight.
It's because the Bengals got the right personnel. That's why they can do what they can do defensively in terms of limiting Travis Kelce. That's also why it's important that you have a linebacker that can cover in all parts of the field. And that's exactly what they have in Logan Wilson. That's why Logan Wilson is one of the most underrated linebackers in all of football. I mean, people outside of Cincinnati probably don't know who Logan Wilson is, but he's a really good player. Number 55 for the Cincinnati Bengals. That is, he's a high impact player. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap with this question. Since we all seem to feel so confident about the Cincinnati Bengals, who's going to win and what's the score going to be? How's it going to play out?
Cincinnati 24-20.
I agree with you. I think that the Cincinnati Bengals, they're the better team. They're the deeper team. They're also the more healthy team. Despite that, I'm going to go ahead and hedge my bets and say that this is going to be a close game, because it's really hard to blow out somebody in the playoffs in back-to-back games. Although if the Cincinnati Bengals did blow out the Kansas City Chiefs, I certainly wouldn't be surprised by it. But it's not going to happen because Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in the National Football League right now as we're speaking, although that could certainly change. I think that the Cincinnati Bengals, they're going to go ahead and win this game 23-20. I think Evan McPherson, the Bengals kicker, is going to give them a late field goal, and the Bengals are going to hold on to win 23-20 as the Bengals will go back to the Super Bowl for the second straight consecutive season. And I just got to ask you this, because I feel really tempted to ask you this. If Joe Burrow manages to win the next 2 games in the playoffs and becomes a Super Bowl champion, is he the best quarterback in the National Football League, you would think?
I think it'll be top 2.
Top 2 if he wins the Super Bowl? Only top 2?
Behind Mahomes. Mahomes is still the best.
Nah, dog. If Joe Burrow goes ahead and wins the Super Bowl this year, he's the best in my book, because both of them are going to have 1 ring. And then you look at how Joe Burrow is constantly on Patrick Mahomes, and what does Joe Burrow have that Patrick Mahomes doesn't have, or vice versa? I mean, you look at what Joe Burrow has done head-to-head, and you look at what Joe Burrow has turned around that Bengals franchise. To me, he's got to be the best quarterback if and only if the Bengals win the Super Bowl this year. But yeah, back on topic, I agree with you. I think the Cincinnati Bengals, they're going to come out victorious in this game. You're going to go 24-20. I'm going to go 23-20. So we basically got the same score, just 1 point differential. But we basically see the game playing out similarly. Well, Cincere, thanks for being on the show. Appreciate you coming on here. All right, make sure you follow his Instagram at Cincere.Koonce. Again, thanks for being on the show, man.
No problem, dog.
Yeah, no problem. See ya, bro. Yup. Bye. That was Cincere Koonce that you guys just heard. So he's got the Cincinnati Bengals winning this game by the score of 24-20. I got the Bengals winning this game by the score of 23-20. Either way, though, we are both feeling very confident in the Cincinnati Bengals, as we also believe that the Cincinnati Bengals will return back to the Super Bowl for the second straight consecutive season. We are feeling pretty good about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, he's really growing to an elite quarterback. He's a fantastic quarterback. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's also a great quarterback too. We'll see, though. These are the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL going up against each other. It should be a great matchup either way. So that is why the Bengals will end up being victorious in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @Dustin Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin and Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.